3 million for a slime? Du Ruoyan thinks she's being scammed and isn't afraid to let the whole shop know. She points out that a normal slime is only worth about 3,000, questioning if the guy even knows how beast taming works. Lu Yu just smiles, telling her that this isn't some ordinary pet she'd find on the street. He insists that the 3 million credits are a complete bargain for a creature of this quality. Du Ruoyan isn't convinced to her. Paying star-tier prices for a low-level awakening beast is pure madness. The shopkeeper calmly nods, acknowledging that she has a point based on normal standards. But then Lu Yu leans in with a smirk, claiming his slime is 1 billion times more valuable than any star-tier pet village. He explains that this mutated slime has a devour talent, meaning it can theoretically evolve past the monarch tier if it's fed enough resources. Du Ruoyan crosses her arms, demanding to know why she should believe such a wild claim. Lu Yu just keeps that confident grin, telling her that the results will speak for themselves once she tries it. Suddenly, the clicking of high heels interrupts them as a woman talks down to the former young master of the Lu family. It's Bai Yue, and she wastes no time mocking Lu Yu for getting kicked out of his prestigious family. Lu Yu looks like he just swallowed a lemon, seeing his ex-girlfriend was the last thing he needed today. She's just here to gloat, poking fun at the fact that he doesn't even have a taming talent to his name anymore. Hearing that, Du Ruoyan is stunned that someone with 0 talent is actually trying to sell her a legendary pet. Lu Yu doesn't let it get to him, telling her that his own talent level has nothing to do with the quality of his inventory. Bai Yue keeps at it, suggesting he should just accept being a nobody after she dumped him. Du Ruoyun rolls her eyes, calling out the blonde for acting like a textbook anime villain. Village. Lu Yu tells her to just ignore it, since some people are just naturally bitter and not worth the effort. Bai Yue is fuming, but Du Ruoyun cuts her off, deciding she's going to test the slime right now to see who's really scamming who. She pulls out a silver-grade ration and offers it to the little blue blob on the counter. The slime doesn't hesitate, it glows with a brilliant blue light as it absorbs the energy from the high-grade food. Massive amounts of power surge through the creature, triggering a sudden and violent rank up. Du Ruoyun can barely contain her excitement as the slime's potential jumps all the way to rank 9 and it learns a new skill. Bai Yue's jaw drops as she stares at the screen, unable to process the impossible evolution she just witnessed. Du Ruoyun shoots her a look of pure contempt, glad she didn't listen to the blonde's constant trash-talking village. She's definitely buying it, though she tries to use the fact that she provided the rations to get a little discount. Lu Yu isn't budging on the price, so she just sighs and hands over a gold card to finish the deal. The moment the sale is finalized, a system avatar appears in Lu Yu's vision, announcing that his beast taming space is finally open. He's been granted an SSS rank talent called Dark Hell, which gives any dark-type pets he contracts a massive boost. Dark energy swirls around him as he realizes he finally has a taming talent again after years of being powerless. Village. His mind flashes back 12 years, to the day everything was stolen from him. A younger Lu Yu was pinned to the floor, looking up at his aunt, Shu Yaji, with pure terror. She stood over him with a cold smirk, asking if it wasn't obvious what she was doing. Village. She admitted she only took him in so she could steal his S-rank dragon-type talent for her own son, Village. She even confessed that his parents didn't die in some accident, she was the one who killed them. Village. With a sadistic smile, she told him he should feel honored to help her son become a dual S-rank prodigy, Village. She reached out and forcibly ripped the talent origin from his body, leaving him screaming in agony. Village. She left him in the dirt, mocking him as a piece of trash who would spend the rest of his life as a cripple. Village. Back in the shop, Lu Yu looks at the garbage on the floor, remembering how he thought he'd be stuck here forever. Village. But everything changed on his 18th birthday, when he finally awakened the mythical pet system, Village. Now, by selling these legendary pets, he can gather the resources and talents he needs to finally get his revenge, Village. Lu Yu clenches his fist, the dark energy swirling around him as he swears to return every bit of the humiliation and torture he suffered at the hands of the Lu family. Bai Yue continues to mock him, warning Du Ruoyun not to let a trash like Lu Yu fool her with his scams. Lu Yu finally loses his patience, telling Bai Yue that he's tolerated her presence for long enough. Startled by his sudden intensity, she takes a step back and threatens to call the police if he dares to touch her. Lu Yu just gives her a cold, dismissive look and tells her to get out of his shop. She refuses to leave, challenging him to prove his worth by bringing out another mutated pet for her to buy. The mythical pet system avatar appears, reminding Lu Yu that completing another sale this week will net him an SSS grade reward. Seeing the opportunity for a massive power-up, Lu Yu summons the data for a mutated emperor skeleton. A tiny skeleton wearing tiny red boots appears in a glass jar, looking more like a joke than a legendary beast. Bai Yue is furious, claiming that as a B-rank beast tamer, she can tell that this pet is nothing but a piece of junk. Lu Yu ignores her outburst and proudly presents the tiny creature as a mutated emperor skeleton. She points at the jar, laughing at the idea that this low-level necromancy pet could be anything close to an emperor. Lu Yu just smirks, knowing that the skeleton's true potential is beyond anything she could ever imagine. Village. He explains that its potential can grow infinitely, eventually evolving into a terrifying necromancer emperor. Village. Bai Yue continues to mock him, claiming she's never heard of a pet that can grow infinitely and that he's just spouting nonsense. Village. Du Ruoyun steps in, telling the blonde woman that there's clearly something wrong with her for not believing what's right in front of her. Village. Lu Yu tells Du Ruoyun to forget it, since some people wouldn't know a good pet if it bit them. The village. Bai Yue pulls out her phone, deciding to call in a professional to expose Lu Yu's scam once and for all. Village. She calls Yang Qing, the manager of the brilliant pet shop, and asks him to come over immediately. Village. The scene cuts to the outside of the mythical pet shop as a truck arrives at the entrance. To village. Yang Qing walks into the shop, his eyes immediately landing on the tiny slime that Du Ruoyun is still holding. Village. The manager's internal analysis shows the slime's incredible stats, including its Devour talent and rank 9 potential. Village. Bai Yue waves him over, eager for him to see the skeleton and confirm her suspicions. Village. Yang Qing shows up with a small lizard pet of his own, asking Bai Yue which pet she wanted him to contract. Village. She ignores his lizard and tells him to take a look at the skeleton in the jar instead. Village. As Yang Qing looks at the tiny skeleton, he feels an immediate sense of unease, sensing that something is very wrong with it. Village. He activates his Eye of Data, his eyes glowing as a digital interface scans the tiny creature. Village. His analysis confirms the impossible. This is a growth-type pet with a special talent that allows it to get infinitely stronger through combat. The village. Yang Qing drops his professional mask and immediately offers to pay any price for the legendary skeleton. Village. Bai Yue is stunned, unable to understand why a high-level beast tamer like Yang Qing would want to buy a garbage pet for $3 million village. Yang Qing scoffs, asking if she dares to doubt his Eye of Data before reiterating the pet's limitless potential to become a necromancer emperor. Village. The realization finally hits Bai Yue, her face twisting in shock as she realizes that the trash pet is actually a legendary mutated emperor skeleton. Village. Du Ruoyun tells Bai Yue to back off, insisting the manager wouldn't lie. Bai Yue isn't having it, still calling the slime trash. Yang Qing steps in, confirming his Eye of Data doesn't lie. That slime has infinite growth and is going to be a problem for anyone in its way. We see the evolution from a simple blue blob to a powerful looking spirit form. Yang Qing isn't playing around. He practically begs Lu Yu to sell him the skeleton. Lu Yu keeps it cool and sets the price at $3 million. Yang Qing's eyes go wide. For something this rare, $3 million is basically a giveaway. He hands over his card immediately, thanking Lu Yu for the massive favor. Bai Yue is just standing there, completely lost. Bai Yue finally snaps, pointing a finger and accusing Lu Yu of playing games with her. She demands he pull out another mutated beast right now, but Lu Yu's expression doesn't budge. He tells her flat out he's out of stock, and from now on, there won't be anything for her anyway. She goes low, calling him family trash, and mocking him for being kicked out of the Lu clan. Lu Yu's eyes glow red as he reveals he's already had a second awakening. A dark aura starts swirling around him. The pressure is so heavy that Yang Qing actually stumbles back, realizing this is at least A rank power. Yang Qing is sweating, thinking it might even be S rank. Lu Yu decides to let them think that, since the truth about his SSS rank is a bit too much for this place. The shock is enough to knock Bai Yue right off her feet. She can't believe he's actually got an S rank talent now. Lu Yu looks down at her with a smirk. In this world, the impossible happens all the time. Seeing his new power, Bai Yue suddenly changes her tune. She offers to give him another chance to get back with her. Lu Yu doesn't even hesitate. He's not interested and tells her to get the hell out of his shop. She stomps off, calling him a heartless bastard as she goes. With the drama over, Lu Yu tells the others he's closing up for the day. Du Ruoyun isn't ready to leave just yet. She pulls out her phone, asking for his contact info. Even Yang Qing wants in on that, hoping to stay in touch with a talent like his. Lu Yu thinks back to the girl who bought the slime earlier, figuring she could be a great way to bring in more business. He also considers a partnership with Yang Qing. Having an ally in the industry wouldn't hurt. He's already imagining the gold piling up as he clears missions and fills the shop. He holds up his phone with a grin, letting them scan his code. Finally, the shop is empty. The mythical pet system avatar pops in, congratulating him on finishing his first mission. Lu Yu tells her to quit the small talk and open up the shop inventory. He looks through the list, but he's not impressed. These are just the free ones, and they aren't exactly world beaters. He asks to see the premium stuff, the ones he actually has to pay for. A holographic menu slides out. He starts scrolling, dismissing most of them for being ugly or not fitting his style. He lands on a section for dark-type beasts, looking over a hellhound and a desperate fiend. The avatar recommends the hellhound, but Lu Yu passes. Getting bitten by a dog as a kid left him with a bit of a grudge. She flips the page to 3 more beasts, trying to find something that catches his eye. That's when he sees it, a dragon type. He hits the button to redeem the world-destroying demon dragon. A confirmation screen pops up as the system prepares to dispatch the beast. A massive, armored dragon manifests in the middle of the shop. Lu Yu is stunned the system really called this thing a cub. He pulls up its stats. This thing has Overlord tier 10 potential, and can plunder attributes from other dragons. He's impressed. Its starting potential is already off the charts. Looking at the growth ranks, he sees the path from Awakening all the way up to Sovereign. He realizes that even the top elites in the country only have Sovereign rank beasts, and his first pet is already knocking on that door. The avatar hovers over his shoulder, checking in to see if he's satisfied with the choice. Lu Yu clenches his fists, a grin on his face. He's beyond satisfied and ready to sign the contract. The contract is finally sealed. A massive magic circle glows as the dragon is officially bound to its new master. The system avatar pops up to explain the perks now that they're linked. Lu Yu can feed his own power directly into the beast. He doesn't hesitate, testing out the dark power infusion right then and there to see what this dragon can do. The dragon lets out an earth-shaking roar as the power flows through it, its aura becoming more menacing by the second. It's a huge success. The avatar congratulates him on pushing the dragon all the way to tier 10 of the Awakening rank in record time. But Lu Yu isn't satisfied. He wants to know why the breakthrough just stopped dead in its tracks despite his efforts. The system breaks it down for him. His current taming space is too small to handle anything beyond the Awakening rank. If he wants a stronger pet, he's got to get stronger himself. Lu Yu looks at his massive dragon and asks the system if there's a way to make the beast a bit more portable. The system avatar casually explains that he just needs to use his will to command it. A flash of light later, the dragon shrinks down to the size of a kitten, hovering right by Lu Yu's side. He smiles, thinking this tiny version is way more convenient for walking around. Elsewhere, Du Ruoyun rushes into her dorm room, excitedly calling for her friend to check out her brand new pet. She's cradling a bouncy little blue slime in her arms. Shen Nianyan's eyes go wide the moment she sees the creature. She quickly tells her friend to hide it before their roommate, Chu Ying, catches them with another useless pet. It's too late. A blonde girl named Chu Ying walks down the stairs with a cold look on her face, making it clear she already saw the little blob. Chu Ying reminds them of their promise not to bring any more ornamental pets into the dorm. She clearly isn't impressed by the new addition. Shen Nianyan tries to play it off, insisting her friend didn't bring it in on purpose. Du Ruoyun stands her ground, snapping back that her slime isn't just for show, and that she's not breaking any rules. Chu Ying, a tier 10 beast tamer with a steel wolf of her own, just looks down on her. She asks if Du Ruoyun is actually planning to form a contract with something so weak. A bystander mentions it's unlikely, especially since Shen Yanyan has A-rank talent. She'd never do something so silly. Du Ruoyun clutches the little guy tight, arguing that this is a mutated pet capable of devouring materials to grow. Chu Ying just scoffs. To her, a slime is a dead-end pet that can't even make it past tier 3, no matter how much it eats. Du Ruoyun doesn't back down, revealing that she's already formed a contract and the little guy is already hitting tier 5. The others try to talk some sense into her, warning that wasting resources on a slime won't ever get it to a transcendent rank. They even wonder if she's been scammed. Du Ruoyun decides she's done talking. She sets the slime on the counter, ready to prove everyone wrong right then and there. She turns to Chu Ying, pointing out that the resources spent on her steel wolf are probably peanuts compared to what she's about to use. Chu Ying stands tall, with her glowing steel wolf at her side, unimpressed. Even at tier 9, she thinks her wolf is leagues above anything Du Ruoyun could produce. Du Ruoyun pulls out a stack of high-grade materials worth over $1 million. She tells them to watch closely as she prepares the breakthrough. The little slime looks curious as glowing crystals and water energy start swirling around its body. The energy is absorbed instantly, leaving Shen Nianyan and the others completely speechless. They can't believe how fast the slime is soaking everything up. A blue vortex forms within the slime as the materials fuse with its core, the power levels visible to everyone in the room. In a burst of light, the slime doesn't just rank up, it smashes straight through to tier 10. Shen Nianyan gasps, barely able to process the sight of a tier 10 slime sitting right in front of her. Chu Ying is just as shocked, her jaw dropping as she stares at the creature she just called trash. Du Ruoyun isn't done yet. With a confident smirk, she tells them to keep watching because the show is just getting started. The slime's potential spikes, reaching the legendary Starry Sky rank. Its eyes sharpen as blue energy ripples through the air. Chu Ying's shock turns into pure denial. She refuses to believe a mere slime could ever reach such a high rank. Seething with frustration, she points a finger at Du Ruoyan and challenges her to take things outside for a real fight. Once they're out in the courtyard, Chu Ying wastes no time, ordering her steel wolf to show them who's boss. The massive wolf lunges forward with glowing red eyes, claws ready to tear through its small blue opponent. But the slime is faster. It launches a spear of red water, a transcendent skill that pierces right through the wolf's defense and sends it flying. Chu Ying watches her pet get blasted away, her face turning pale with fear. She can't wrap her head around how she lost. Du Ruoyun stands tall over her defeated roommate, reminding her that this is the very pet she was just mocking. She decides to be the bigger person, though. She tells Chu Ying she'll let it slide this time, since they're roommates. As she walks away, Shen Nianian chases after her, desperate to know which shop sold her such an insane creature. Meanwhile, back at the mythical pet shop, a well-dressed young man with red hair wanders through the door. He's surprised to see another pet shop open in the area. His eyes land on the sleeping Xiaohei. He assumes it's some kind of rare worm species and thinks it would make a perfect gift for his sister. He points a finger at the tiny dragon, asking Lu Yu for a price. Lu Yu just smiles and shakes his head. He tells the customer that his contracted pet isn't for sale. The man doesn't take no for an answer. He claims money isn't an issue, and demands Lu Yu just name a price, his annoyance starting to show. When Lu Yu doesn't budge, the guy's expression turns nasty. He mutters about people who don't know how to take a generous offer. He decides to use force, summoning a black feather crow and ordering it to teach the shopkeeper a lesson. Lu Yu isn't impressed by the customer's threats. He just looks at him and calls him an idiot, clearly unfazed by the sudden display of hostility. Xiaohei takes the hint. The tiny dragon's eyes glow a menacing red as a swirl of dark, shadowy energy erupts from its small body. The black feather crow doesn't stand a chance. Before it can even land a hit, it's struck down by the dragon's oppressive aura, tumbling out of the air in a heap. The backlash is immediate. The young man in the blue shirt stumbles back, clutching his chest as he coughs up blood from the mental shock of his pet's defeat. He's completely shaken, staring at his fallen bird in disbelief. He can't wrap his head around how his pet was taken out with nothing more than a single glance. As he watches the tiny dragon hover peacefully again, the realization hits him. This is a demon dragon, a species so rare that not even the elite Lu family has managed to tame one. Terrified, he doesn't wait for a second round. He turns tail and bolts out of the shop, leaving a very bored-looking Lu Yu behind. Lu Yu leans on his hand, watching the guy disappear. He mutters about how boring it is when people pick a fight and then run away at the first sign of trouble. Sometime later, the young man is seen walking through a lobby, staring at a massive, scrolling list of medical bills. He's already down 5 million credits just from that one brief encounter. Still distracted by his financial loss, he accidentally slams into someone's back. He snaps, calling the person a blind bastard without even looking up. The man he hit turns around, and it's none other than the young master of the Luo family, Luo Tian. He looks down at his brother with a cold, questioning gaze. The younger brother's tough act vanishes instantly. He stammers out a greeting, clearly terrified to run into his older sibling while looking this pathetic. Luo Tian isn't interested in the excuses. He mentions he came to see exactly who it was that made the Luo family lose so much face recently. The younger brother starts waving his hands frantically, begging his brother to drop it. He warns him that the shopkeeper is someone they absolutely cannot afford to provoke. Luo Tian's eyes narrow, his curiosity piqued. He finds it hard to believe there's someone out there that his powerful family would actually need to fear. Luo Ze reports that someone has finally appeared who's contracted a demon dragon. The news hits Luo Tian like a ton of bricks. He knows it's been years since anyone was capable of controlling that species. He tells his brother to take him to see this tamer immediately. Luo Ze hesitates, warning that the guy might be more than they can handle. Luo Tian smacks him, yelling that they're going there to apologize, not start a fight. Luo Ze is just glad his brother isn't planning to do something stupid. Luo Tian knows the Lu family usually monopolizes all the dragon tamers in the city. He suspects this guy must have some kind of secret tie to them. They pull up to the shop. Lu Yu sees them and assumes they brought backup for a round 2. Luo Tian ignores the bait and tells his brother to get over there. He forces the guy to bow, offering a sincere apology on behalf of the whole family. To make things right, he brings out a special peace offering. It's a space-taming crystal, a high-level platinum resource. Lu Yu is stunned. He didn't expect them to hand over something so valuable. This is exactly what he needs to upgrade his beast-taming space. He plays it cool, calling their previous fight a minor scuffle between kids. Lu Yu notices the guy's aura is different, and asks if he's leveled up. Luo Tian confirms he just hit the Starry Sky rank and unlocked his 3rd pet slot. Lu Yu immediately pitches him a chicken that fits his talent perfectly. He points to a round little bird sitting in a cage. The price is a whopping 3 million credits. Luo Tian agrees to buy it, mostly just to stay on Lu Yu's good side. Luoze whispers that they're being totally ripped off. Lu Yu asks if they think he's making things difficult for them on purpose. Luo Tian admits he just doesn't get why he's being sold a random chicken. Lu Yu smiles, saying he's doing it because they actually showed some sincerity. He explains this bird can refine any flame to skyrocket its potential. Luo Tian can't believe what he's hearing. He asks for a chance to test it out. He summons a burst of cold blue fire. Surprisingly, the chicken isn't bothered by the flames at all. It opens its mouth and sucks the fire right in. A massive phantom of a legendary flame emperor manifests above the cage. Luo Tian is speechless. He realizes this is way more than just a chicken. He bows again, promising that the Luo family will always remember this favor. Lu Yu tells him to relax. It's just a pet, no need for the deep gratitude. Luo Tian then asks if he's related to the powerhouse Lu family. Lu Yu's face goes dark the second he hears the name. He states coldly that he hasn't had anything to do with them for a long time. Luo Tian gets the hint there's definitely some bad blood there. Once the two brothers head out, Lu Yu wastes no time and pulls out the newly acquired treasure. He's pumped to see exactly what this space-taming crystal can do for him. He activates his beast-taming space, watching as the crystalline energy begins to flood the area. A blinding flash of light signals a massive breakthrough. The system confirms that his space has expanded to a massive 100,000 square meters, reaching Transcendent Tier 1. Lu Yu admits that using such a rare source just to boost his level is a bit of a flex, but he's not complaining. With the space upgraded, he turns his attention to his main dragon, telling it that it's finally its turn to level up. The dragon roars as the surge of power begins to take hold. The system avatar pops up to announce that the world-destroying demon dragon has officially broken through to the Transcendent rank. The dragon glows with newfound intensity, having unlocked some seriously high-level demon soul skills. Lu Yu looks at his powerful companion and promises that they'll be hunting down some real dragon meat very soon. The mythical pet shop looks like a quiet little spot on a sunny morning. Inside, Lu Yu is already on the phone, checking up on a client's pet while his own little dragon curls up on his lap. Du Royun is thrilled her slime reached rank 10 overnight, and its potential is through the roof. She's having a good laugh, while Lu Yu just listens on the other end, a bit taken aback by the speed of it all. Meanwhile, feathers are flying everywhere at the local slaughterhouse. Yang Qing is just sitting back while his little skeleton does the dirty work, reaching rank 3 just by clearing out chickens. The other workers can't believe how fast he's moving. They're calling him a god of death for poultry. He stands up with a big smile, announcing that today is his final day on chicken duty. His co-workers are shocked, thinking he's finally coming to his senses and quitting the gore. But no, he's just moving up the food chain. He's ready to start on pigs. He shows off his new slaughtering certificate like a trophy, aiming for even bigger prey. There's a whole line of fierce beasts waiting for him in the high-level section. He's aiming for the Starry Sky rank, and at this rate, he might actually hit it. Back at the shop, Lu Yu gets a message and realizes just how broken Yang Qing's leveling method really is. Quantity over quality is working wonders, and that little skeleton is turning into a monster. He leans back, thinking his client might just become a top-tier tamer if this keeps up. Another message pops up. Yang Qing just sent a new customer his way. Lu Yu is all for it. He's definitely not going to turn down more business. Then, Luo Tian pings him, asking if he can bring his younger sister by for a look. Lu Yu sips his drink with a smirk, telling them of course they can come over. He tells his little dragon not to be impatient, a shop expansion is coming soon. Right on cue, a well-dressed man walks into the shop, looking a bit out of place. Lu Yu welcomes him with a grin, glad to see business is booming. The guy introduces himself as Zhang Xiaorong, a manager for the prominent Zhang family. He looks around with a sneer, wondering what a broken-down shop like this could possibly have. He mentions Yang Qing sent him, but he's clearly not impressed by his surroundings yet. Lu Yu stays polite, mentioning his shop only deals in high-end pet beasts. That sets Xiaorong off. He thinks calling this tiny place high-end is pure arrogance. He laughs in Lu Yu's face, demanding to see these supposedly amazing pets to broaden his horizons. Lu Yu doesn't say much, just holds out his hand as a blue light begins to glow. He pulls out a small cage with a tiny green goblin inside. He looks the guy dead in the eye and asks, "How about this one?" Xiaorong blows a fuse, thinking Lu Yu is taking him for a complete fool. He yells that he was going to introduce Lu Yu to the powerful Jiang family if he'd actually produced something good. He points a finger, saying he gave Lu Yu a chance, but the guy is just useless. He turns to leave, smugly predicting the shop will be closed within 3 days. Lu Yu's expression shifts. He's clearly not amused by the trash talk. Suddenly, the sound of boots clicking on the floor echoes through the shop. A girl with red twin tails steps in, her eyes sharp and unimpressed. It's Luo Qing and her brother Luo Tian, and they've heard enough of this guy's prestige. Xiaorong's jaw drops as he recognizes the heirs of the elite Luo family. He starts sweating buckets, wondering if he just insulted a shop that has the Luo family's backing. Zhang Sorong is panicking, realizing his family's business completely depends on the Luo family's support. Luo Qing walks right past him without a second glance, leaving the arrogant manager shaking in his boots. Luo Tian gives Lu Yu a respectful bow, greeting him as senior. Luo Qing can't take her eyes off the manager, blushing as she thinks about how young and handsome he is. Zhang Xiaorong can't believe his ears. He's shocked that someone of Luo Tian's status would treat a kid with such reverence. Luo Tian doesn't appreciate the interruption and tells the manager to shut his mouth. The manager drops to his knees, knowing that offending the Luo family is basically a death sentence for his career. Luo Tian ignores the drama and introduces his sister, Luo Qing, though she tells Lu Yu he can just call her Jing Qing. Lu Yu takes it all in with a simple nod, trying to maintain his cool business persona. But internally, he's stressing about the shop's finances. If he doesn't make a sale soon, his dragon's breakthrough is going to be a problem. Luo Tian notices the manager's sour mood and asks if he's worried about the failed sale from earlier. Without even checking the stats, he offers to buy the goblin right then and there to help out. Luo Qing is stunned that her brother would jump into a deal without asking a single question about the creature. Luo Tian just tells her he has complete faith in whatever Lu Yu is selling. Seeing a serious buyer, Lu Yu brightens up and gets ready to give them the full rundown on the little green guy. Lu Yu explains that this goblin isn't just a monster, it can actually gain aptitude and strength by breeding offspring. Basically, the stronger the goblin itself is, the better chance it has of producing some high-quality kids. Luo Qing and Luo Tian realize that with a cycle like that, they could build an unstoppable army in no time. Their attendant is absolutely floored, realizing just how massive of an opportunity they nearly missed. Luo Tian doesn't waste any time and asks Lu Yu to sell the goblin specifically to their family. He mentions how the top taming families only stay powerful because they've got dragons on their side. If this goblin's breeding ability is really that good, the Luo family is finally going to climb to the top. Lu Yu just shrugs, wondering if it actually makes a difference who he sells the creature to. He points out that whoever takes it needs to contract it immediately, then asks if they already have a candidate in mind. Luo Qing is totally grossed out by the idea, picturing some poor girl being stuck with a goblin. The visual is just too much for her. But Luo Tian's already got a specific candidate in mind for the contract. He mentions an illegitimate member of the family whose mother was secretly killed off by the main wife. Since Luo Tian was the one who gave this guy a chance to come back, he knows the kid will never betray him. The attendant starts sweating, realizing he just heard some high-level family secrets he definitely shouldn't have. He tries to play it cool, but the panic is written all over his face as he realizes he's heard too much. Luo Tian notices him eavesdropping and gives him a look that could kill. Suddenly, the guy realizes he can't see or hear a thing. He's been completely blinded by a spell. Luo Tian stares him down, casually, wondering if it wouldn't just be easier to dispose of him right here. He tells the terrified man to think of this as a little lesson in staying in his lane. He warns him to keep his mouth shut, because if any rumors start flying, things won't end well. The attendant covers his mouth, promising that from this day on, he's basically a mute. Lu Yu watches the whole exchange, noting that the guy was just fast enough to save his own life. Luo Qing pouts, asking her brother why some random kid gets the goblin while she's left with nothing. She wants a powerful pet too, and she's not being subtle about it. Luo Tian reassures her, saying the manager will find her something way better than a basic goblin. Her eyes light up instantly at the thought of getting an even more powerful beast. She turns on the charm, calling Lu Yu manager brother and asking if he's got anything for her. She gives him her best puppy dog eyes, hoping he's got something special in the back. She shows off her A-rank Ice Soul talent, looking for a beast that can actually keep up with her power. Lu Yu smiles and tells her he's got just the thing that'll suit her perfectly. He reaches out and pulls a new creature from his shop's inventory. Out comes a tiny, adorable ice fox sitting inside a golden cage. Luo Qing is hooked immediately, asking if the little fox can actually refine exotic ice. Lu Yu explains that it's a smart one. It can absorb ice to grow infinitely stronger over time. He invites her to give it a shot and see for herself. She channels a bit of her ice energy and offers it to the fox. The little guy gobbles up the power, and you can see its fur start to shimmer with a faint blue light. Luo Qing is absolutely thrilled, ready to drop tens of millions just to take the little fox home. Lu Yu gives them a friendly smile, letting them know the pets are still 3 million each. Luo Tian hands over the payment, thanking the manager for looking after his family. Lu Yu waves them off with a cheerful grin as they head out. Xiao Hei lets out a little roar, watching the customers leave from his spot on the counter. The manager's expression quickly shifts as he senses something lingering just outside his shop. He picks up on a giant dragon's aura that's been hidden remarkably well nearby. He wonders if the Lu family is finally getting restless and making their move. Far away, the sun shines over a massive and incredibly luxurious estate. A large red dragon naps peacefully on the lush garden grass. A woman in a green dress enjoys her tea, while a subordinate in a gray coat approaches her. She reminds him to keep a close eye on that little bastard, Lu Yu. She's also determined to find the money his parents supposedly hid away years ago. She asks if he's found any leads yet, clearly losing her patience. Uncle Day kneels, reporting a shocking development concerning their target. He reveals that Lu Yu has reawakened his talent and even contracted a black dragon. The news sends the mistress into an absolute rage. She can't believe it's even possible since his talent was already ripped out of him. She decides right then and there that Lu Yu has to be dealt with for good. Uncle D acknowledges the order, ready to carry out the grim task. Back at the shop, the mythical pet system avatar appears with a new notification. Since he's sold 5 pets, she rewards him with a random SSS rank beast taming talent. A glowing prompt pops up, asking if he'd like to claim his prize. Lu Yu is stunned, landing a second SSS rank talent is practically unheard of. He doesn't waste any time and hits the claim button. Purple flames erupt around him as he awakens the god-slaying heavenly fire. The sudden surge of power is so intense, it literally knocks the Luo siblings to the floor. Luo Tian is shaking, wondering if the manager just unlocked a new fire-type talent. He can feel the pressure. There's no way a regular S-rank talent would feel this heavy. He starts to suspect it's a legendary SSS rank, while Lu Yu just asks why they suddenly knelt down. Luo Qing is trembling on her knees, completely overwhelmed by the aura. Luo Tian admits his legs just went weak, and he can't even stand. He tries to play it cool, saying it's late, and they should head home. Luo Qing, however, is clearly smitten, and begs to stay just a little longer. Her brother isn't having it and drags her away while she complains the whole time. Outside, the shop sits quietly as night falls. Suddenly, a man on a giant green dragon arrives, shouting for Lu Yu to come out and die. Lu Yu walks out with Xiao Hei, looking completely bored by the interruption. The guy on the dragon claims he was too merciful when he spared Lu Yu before. Lu Yu looks back at him with a cold grin, saying he only lived for the chance at revenge. The sight of the man triggers a painful memory from a cold night at the Lu estate. A younger Lu Yu had begged Uncle Day for protection from the family head. Instead of a hand up, he got a brutal kick that sent him flying into the dirt. Uncle Day stands over the boy, telling him what an honor it is to sacrifice his talent for the young master. Young Lu Yu is terrified, screaming that he doesn't want any part of their plan. He tries to scramble away, only to take a brutal kick to the back. The woman watches coldly from her chair, asking if she ever gave him permission to leave. Through his tears, the boy begs them not to steal the talent that belongs to him. She just gives a cruel smile, telling her subordinate to get started and keep it clean. Uncle Day laughs as he accepts the order, hovering over the defenseless child. He brings his heel down hard, crushing the boy as blood splatters across the floor. Lu Yu lets out a scream of pure agony, unable to stop the nightmare. His cries for help echo through the dark, silent halls of the estate. The man asks him if he thinks he's special just because he awakened as a beast tamer. He warns Lu Yu that he's going up against the entire Lu family now, but the kid isn't even flinching. The guy loses his cool, offended that trash like him would dare talk back so boldly. Xiaohei gives a little roar, ready to back his master up despite his small size. The man finds it hilarious that a failure actually managed to contract a member of the dragon race. He calls out his own beast, a massive green dragon that towers over the street, and hops on its back to look down on them. He's convinced the little pet won't even last a single hit against his Gale Dragon. Without another word, he points and commands his beast to unleash a hurricane. The Gale Dragon lets out a roar and fires a massive blast of wind right at them. Lu Yu just stands his ground as the wind swirls around him, looking completely unfazed. The pressure is intense, but he and Xiaohei don't budge an inch. The guy mocks them, calling the dragon a weakling for even trying to defy him. Suddenly, a massive shockwave of energy erupts from the shop, shattering the Gale Dragon's attack. Through the red haze, Lu Yu stares him down with a cold, terrifying look. His eyes are glowing, a menacing red, as he asks if that was all the man had. He tells the guy he must really have a death wish to be pulling this stunt in front of his shop. Xiaohei lets out a deafening roar and starts to grow, his powers surging through the air. Seeing the young dragon turn into a monster, the guy finally starts to sweat. He tries to convince himself he's still in control, since his dragon is already at Starry Sky rank. Lu Yu just scoffs, saying that overgrown lizard isn't even fit to be a snack for his dragon. He raises his hand and calls for the dragon domain to activate. Dark energy floods the area, trapping the Gale Dragon in a field of pure dominance. The man is losing his mind, unable to believe a trash tamer could actually possess a domain. He realizes this is a power only the true, elite dragon species can ever master. Lu Yu gives him a smug grin, confirming his worst fears. He reveals that this is the world-destroying demon dragon, the natural predator of his kind. Xiaohei lunges forward and blasts a beam of pure destruction right into the Gale Dragon's face. The explosion is massive, lighting up the entire street. Blood sprays everywhere as the green dragon takes the full force of the hit. The beast screams in agony as it's slammed into the ground, wings shredded and broken. Xiaohei doesn't let up, pinning the beast to the pavement and crushing the life out of it. The guy ends up flat on his back, staring up at Lu Yu in total shock. He's a bloody mess, struggling to even crawl away from the man he just mocked. Lu Yu stands over him with a sharp grin, asking how it feels to be stepped on by trash. He brings his boot down hard, grinding it right into the man's hand. The guy starts sobbing, begging for mercy, and claiming he cared for Lu Yu when he was a kid. Lu Yu isn't buying the fake affection for 1 second. He grabs the man by the hair and forces him to take a good look at what's about to happen. Xiaohei tears into the Gale Dragon's throat, finishing it off. It's a complete slaughter, as the demon dragon prepares to feed. Xiaohei swallows the whole beast, letting out a satisfied howl. The guy breaks down in tears, wailing in agony over the loss of his precious dragon. The man throws himself to the ground, begging for his life and promising to do anything to make up for what he's done. Lu Yu looks down at him with those glowing red eyes, asking if he's really willing to do anything. He flashes a cold, sinister grin and tells him to go ahead and finish his begging in hell. Xiaohei looms in the background, his new armored form looking more like a nightmare than a pet. The dragon raises a massive claw, casting a shadow over the man who's too paralyzed with fear to move. A devastating blow slams into the pavement, leaving a massive crater where the man once stood. The sheer force of the impact shatters the street, ending the conflict in a single brutal moment. As the dust begins to settle, all that's left is a hollowed-out pit in the silence of the aftermath. Lu Yu gives his world-destroying demon dragon a solid pat on the head, satisfied with how things are going. Right on cue, the mythical pet system avatar pops up to congratulate him on taking down that beast tamer enemy. She points out a new reward: he just snagged a red star rank resource. It's a demon heart, which supposedly holds the lifelong insights of a demon lord. The system interface explains that this item can boost a dark-type pet skill all the way up to red star rank. But the avatar isn't done yet, and teases that there's even more. Since he's sitting on 900 points now, he's officially cleared to contract a second pet beast. Lu Yu is a bit stunned. He wasn't expecting to expand his team quite this fast. He checks out the options and notices a god-slaying heavenly fire talent. With a smirk, he decides that's definitely the one he's going for. He reaches out and hits the claim button on the floating interface. A massive swirl of purple energy erupts in front of him, lighting up the alley. Out comes the Purple Flame Emperor bird, screeching as it spreads its wings. This thing is a Holy Spirit rank Tier 1 beast, and its talent list is absolutely stacked. Lu Yu can actually feel the heat and power rolling off of it. He's genuinely impressed this aura is on a completely different level from what he's used to. He recalls that even the country's guardian dragon is only at Holy Spirit rank Tier 1. In fact, there are only 6 of these Holy Spirit guardian beasts in the entire world. He reaches out to the bird, confident that as long as it grows, it'll surpass those legends. A contract seal forms between them, officially tying their souls together. The bird lets out one last triumphant roar that echoes through the area. Lu Yu realizes having a giant firebird following him around isn't exactly subtle, so he decides to make a change. He has it shrink down to a much more manageable size, and it looks pretty cute perched on his shoulder. With these two by his side, he feels like his revenge against the Lu family is finally within reach. Xiaohei, however, isn't feeling the new addition and shoots the bird a jealous look. Lu Yu just laughs it off, telling his dragon not to be so petty about the spotlight. Xiaohei lets out a grumpy roar, clearly feeling a bit neglected by the new pet. Lu Yu promises him that once they finish the week's sales, he'll upgrade his bloodline too. The little bird just stares back at the giant dragon, looking completely unfazed by the attitude. It even starts chirping at him, which seems to catch Xiaohei off guard. Suddenly, an arrow of love hits a metaphorical heart in the background. Xiaohei goes from grumpy to completely flustered, blushing under his scales as his heart thumps. Lu Yu shakes his head, joking that beauty really does lead a dragon astray. To get him back on track, Lu Yu pulls out the demon heart reward from earlier. He tells Xiaohei that eating this should push him right to the edge of Holy Spirit rank. The dragon doesn't need to be told twice and gears up for a snack, eyes locked on the heart. He tosses the glowing heart into the air and swallows it in one big gulp. Almost immediately, the intense energy starts to take a toll on his body. Xiaohei begins to shake, letting out strained groans as the power surges through his veins. Lu Yu steps in, telling him not to rush it or he'll get indigestion from the sheer power. He prepares to use his spiritual energy refining skill to help stabilize the absorption. He places a hand out, guiding the chaotic blue flames as Xiaohei begins the painful process of breaking through. Lu Yu gives the green light, telling his companion that it's finally time to absorb all that refined spiritual energy. The world-destroying demon dragon throws its head back and roars as the power settles into its frame. Right after the breakthrough, the mythical pet system avatar appears with a cheerful congratulations for her host. She's clearly thrilled, confirming that the demon heart is fully absorbed and the pet skills have reached a new peak. With its eyes and body hitting red star rank, the dragon is now a nightmare that can crush souls with a glance and tank any physical attack. Xiaohei is feeling himself after the level up, floating around and telling the little purple bird to worship him now that he's invincible. Lu Yu just watches his dragon's ego trip with a grin. But the tough guy act doesn't last long, and the little dragon is soon begging for more of those demon heart snacks. Lu Yu has to set some boundaries, reminding him that those are rare treasures, not just everyday treats. Looking at the absolute disaster zone outside his shop, he realizes he's got a massive cleanup job on his hands. He gets on the phone to call in some help, playing it cool by telling them the ground is just a little dirty and needs a quick sweep. A little dirty is a huge understatement. The entire street looks like a war zone covered in rubble and blood. When the cleanup crew arrives, Luo Tian is completely speechless at the scale of the destruction. He kneels down to inspect the blood and realizes it's from a giant dragon species, likely a Gale wyvern. Since only the Lu family is known for contracting dragons, he starts wondering if Lu Yu has some kind of major beef with them. He looks back at the shop, realizing that if this was Lu Yu's doing, the Lu family never stood a chance. He hands over the rest of the dirty work to his men and decides it's time to head home. Back at the Luo family mansion, the vibe is way less professional and a lot more chaotic. A servant rushes out to meet Luo Tian, warning him that his sister is currently in a full-blown meltdown. Right on cue, Luo Qing storms out, screaming at her brother and asking if he's finally lost his mind. She's furious that he blew through all their family resources just to breed a single goblin. She keeps ranting about how risky it is since goblin breeding rates are notoriously low, making it a huge gamble. Luo Tian keeps his cool, explaining that this isn't any normal goblin. This one has the potential to breed an entire clan. His eyes go cold as he explains that once he's the head of the family, that clan will be their ultimate power base. Luo Qing isn't fully sold, telling him he better not neglect her ice fox while he's playing Goblin Master. He gives her a head pat and reassures her that he's already got the best resources lined up for her pets too. A subordinate walks in with a fancy blue chest containing the items he promised. The mood shifts instantly as Luo Qing lunges for the loot, eager to see what he got her. She starts gushing over how rich and generous her brother is once she sees the haul inside. The girl is literally drooling over the rare fire and ice gems, already imagining how powerful her pets will become. Her brother drops a reality check, telling her to be careful because those are actually gifts meant for Lu Yu. And to make it worse, he tells her that she's the one who has to go deliver them personally. She immediately goes into chibi tantrum mode, complaining about being used as an errand girl. But as she heads toward the shop, she starts thinking that maybe her brother actually knows what he's doing. She's still struggling to process the fact that he's just giving away such priceless items like they're nothing. She remembers him saying that without Lu Yu's help, he would have never even made it past sovereign rank. He's convinced that staying on Lu Yu's good side is the only way he'll ever reach overlord rank. That thought gets her hyped, and she decides to be as friendly as possible so she can level up her own rank too. She kicks the shop door open with a big smile, announcing her arrival to Lu Yu. Lu Yu looks up, surprised to see her, and mentions that her brother already helped him out with the cleanup yesterday. She waves it off, telling him the gifts are nothing compared to the insane talent boost he gave them. Lu Yu is actually surprised to hear that even he didn't realize the shop's pets could boost a tamer's own talent. He doesn't play hard to get and happily accepts the treasure chest. Luo Qing says her goodbyes, telling him to just shout if he ever needs anything from the Luo family. Lu Yu looks at the fire gem and realizes it's the perfect upgrade for his purple flame emperor bird. He summons the little bird, who comes flying out in a burst of purple energy. He holds out the gem, telling the little guy to give it a try. The bird chirps happily as it starts absorbing the energy, glowing with a bright pink flame. Lu Yu is caught completely off guard, realizing the little guy just achieved a breakthrough instantly. The bird lets out a piercing screech as it erupts with a massive surge of purple energy, its power level hitting a whole new peak. Back at the pet shop, the system avatar delivers some great news. The purple flame emperor bird has just broken through several levels at once. A holographic screen confirms the upgrade, showing off a new red star rank skill that gives the bird's fire a massive power boost. The bird manifests in a burst of purple flames, proving once again that pets bought with points are on a whole different level than the free ones. We shift scenes to Gik City Beast Taming University. Inside a lecture hall, Luo Chan is standing at the front, telling her students that in her world, strength is the only thing that matters. As a Dark Moon rank tier 6 tamer, she definitely has the credentials to back up that kind of talk. She looks out at the class and asks for a volunteer to come up and assist her with the demonstration. The students immediately lose it, everyone shouting and waving their hands to get picked by the campus idol. But there's a catch. Coming up to the stage means engaging in an actual pet beast battle. Luo Chan ignores the overeager fans and points out 2 specific students from the crowd to step up. Du Ruoyun is caught completely off guard, pointing to herself in total disbelief. The rest of the class starts whispering she's a well-known beauty, but her talent is strictly support type, not combat. Her opponent is Yan Xiaopeng, a guy who contracted a Mad Blade werewolf and is known for nothing but pure damage. Du Ruoyun looks worried. Without any real combat skills, she's basically a sitting duck against a beast like that. Sitting nearby, Shen Yanyan laughs, joking that her friend's pet is about to get flattened. Seeing how nervous her friend is, Shen Yanyan smirks and offers to jump in and take the fight herself. Du Ruoyun practically tackles her in a hug, begging her strongest roommate to save her from the mismatch. The guys in the back don't seem to mind the switch, happy to see another campus goddess heading for the stage. Shen Yanyan stands up and asks Luo Chan if a substitution is allowed, since her friend isn't a frontline fighter. Luo Chan doesn't see a problem with it and gives her the green light. She checks with Yan Xiaopeng to see if he accepts the change, but he couldn't care less who he has to crush. He cracks his knuckles with a smug grin, confident that he's coming out on top no matter who steps up. Shen Nian calls out her summon, and it's just a tiny, bouncy blue slime. The entire class goes dead silent before erupting in shock. Nobody can believe she's bringing a bottom-tier creature to a university battle. Even Luo Chan is skeptical, double-checking if Shen Yanyan is really serious about using a slime in a real fight. Yan Xiaopeng isn't impressed. He warns her that in the arena, life and death are left to fate. He makes it clear that if his werewolf kills the slime, he isn't going to pay for it. Her fans are furious at his attitude, while other girls agree that a pretty face won't save her if she lacks power. A girl in the crowd scoffs, pointing out that slimes are capped at a low rank no matter how much they train. Shen Yanyan ignores the trash talk and tells them they're about to learn why you shouldn't judge a pet by its rank. Yan Xiaopeng just laughs it off, done with the talking. He summons his Mad Blade werewolf, a vicious beast armed with twin blades and wreathed in a dark aura. It's the ultimate mismatch, the powerhouse versus the underdog. The werewolf lets out a blood-chilling howl as it readies for the kill. It lunges forward, swinging its massive blades directly at the tiny blue slime. Du Ruoyun smirks, confident that her little pet can handle the challenge. Her blue slime, the water blue silk, glares at the opponent as it readies its watery power. On the other side of the arena, a massive werewolf looms over the girl and her slime, brandishing its heavy blade. The werewolf charges in, swinging its red glowing blades in a wide, lethal cross slash. The beast leaps into the air, its eyes burning red, as it brings down a heavy strike intended to end things quickly. But the slime is way too fast, effortlessly weaving through the attack like a streak of blue liquid. Up in the stands, the other students are losing their minds. They can't believe how well a simple slime is performing. Suddenly, the werewolf is seized by a surge of blue energy, its body convulsing as it gets caught in a trap. The werewolf's tamer just scoffs. He's certain his beast will break free from a low-level pet like that in no time. But his confidence vanishes when the crowd points out that his werewolf is actually coughing up blood. The ribbons of blue energy tighten around the beast, causing it to spray blood as it loses its grip on the fight. The werewolf finally collapses, whimpering as its weapons clatter to the floor. The match is over. The tamer stands there in shock, staring at his partner. He can't wrap his head around how this is even possible. Du Ruoyun just laughs, asking him if he's thoroughly convinced now that her pet is the real deal. The guy falls to his knees, his pride completely shattered. He actually lost a fight to a slime. He clutches his head, screaming in frustration, while Du Ruoyun looks on from the side. She picks up her little friend and beams at the crowd. To her, this proves the pet world has infinite possibilities. She flashes a big smile, claiming that one day even a slime will be able to take down a giant dragon. The audience is stunned into silence by her bold declaration, wondering if she's actually serious. Then, the cheers erupt. One student is practically worshipping her, while others are desperate to know her secrets. Just then, Shen Yanyan comes running into the arena, calling out for her friend. She wraps Du Ruoyun in a huge hug, ecstatic that she managed to pull off the victory. Du Ruoyun acts like it was nothing, telling her it was a total piece of cake. Meanwhile, the defeated classmate is at his beast's side, desperately trying to get the werewolf to wake up. Shen Yanyan walks over and politely offers to help heal his injured pet beast. The guy is totally embarrassed now, scratching his head and thanking her for stepping in to help. Du Ruoyun can't help but tease him, pointing out that professional healing usually costs a fortune. Shen Yanyan just laughs it off, saying it's fine since they're all classmates anyway. She summons her own beast, the White Moon Butterfly, and activates a powerful healing spell. A beautiful blue butterfly flutters over the werewolf, its glowing wings bathing the creature in a soft, restorative light. The classmate is blown away by the speed of the recovery, realizing it's a gold-ranked skill. Their instructor, Luo Chan, walks up and asks if that's really a high-potential white moon butterfly. Luo Chan looks skeptical, noting that the species was supposed to have gone completely extinct. Shen Yanyan clarifies that it's actually a moonlight butterfly, which evolved from a regular green cotton bug. Luo Chan's eyes go wide at the mention of an evolution from such a common bug. She knows an expert must be involved. She tells the girls to come to her office immediately after class is finished. Later in the office, Luo Chan explains that taming really does have no limits if the nurturing is right. Shen Yanyan listens intently, proud of how far her pet beast has come. Luo Chan emphasizes that these kinds of miracles can't be separated from expert level care. She starts telling them about a legendary civilization from hundreds of thousands of years ago. Du Ruoyun leans in, completely fascinated by the history of this ancient world. Luo Chan explains that back then, a legendary breeder could turn a simple loach into a giant dragon. Shen Yanyan is completely blown away, calling the whole idea totally exaggerated. Du Ruoyun just laughs it off, inviting her friend to sit in on some history classes where they actually cover all this stuff. She explains that being a breeder takes an insane amount of talent, which is why the profession eventually just faded away. This gets Shen Yanyan thinking. She wonders if that shop manager they met might actually be one of these legendary breeders. The name catches Luo Chan's attention, and she looks genuinely surprised to hear about a simple shop manager. She's convinced that this must be the hidden expert they've been looking for, and decides it's time to pay the shop a personal visit. A sleek luxury car rolls up right in front of the mythical pet beast shop. The door swings open, and a woman steps out onto the sidewalk. She heads straight for the entrance, looking like she's on a mission. Luo Chan slides off her sunglasses and smirks, confirming she's found the right place. Inside, Lu Yu is watching his purple flame emperor bird zip through the air. It's been making serious progress lately, and Xiaohei is watching from the floor, determined to keep up. The doors slide open, and Luo Chan walks in, calling out to see if the manager is around. The bird doesn't take kindly to the interruption, diving toward her with its eyes glowing red. Suddenly, Luo Chan freezes up. A massive wave of pressure hits her, and her body completely refuses to move. Lu Yu just waves it off with a smile, apologizing for the scare. He explains his pet is still figuring out how to handle its new talent. She's left breathless, wondering how a simple aura could be that oppressive. She regains her composure and introduces herself formally as Lu Lo Chan, an instructor from the local beast taming university. She's clearly done her homework, guessing that the guy in front of her is Manager Lu. Luo Chan mentions that her students were raving about his shop, though Lu Yu just plays it humble and says they were probably exaggerating. She isn't buying the modest act, and asks him straight up if he's actually a breeder. The question catches Lu Yu a bit off guard, as he mulls the title over. He just gives her a cheeky grin and says if that's what she thinks, he's happy to play the part. While she's stuck in her own head, Lu Yu pulls up his system and sees that he actually has a breeding module ready to go. Luo Chan is left standing there with a giant question mark over her head, completely baffled by his cryptic response. Luo Chan realizes he's got secrets he's not sharing, but she's not there to pry. She's just looking for a solid fourth pet beast cub, and wonders if he has anything worthwhile in stock. Lu Yu's eyes light up. This sounds like another big payday is coming his way. He puts on his best salesman smile and asks her what exactly she's looking for in a cub. She reveals her A-rank Dragon Wings talent, explaining she needs something with a dragon bloodline to get the most out of it. Lu Yu is taken aback, asking if she's actually related to the famous Lu family of dragon tamers. The question triggers a bad memory of her being mocked for only having an A-rank talent despite her lineage. Being called trash by her own family for her bloodline rank is something she hasn't forgotten. She shuts down the personal questions, telling him she's just here to buy a pet, not talk family history. Lu Yu catches the vibe and backs off, not wanting to deal with high society gossip anyway. He tells her he doesn't have any standard dragon bloodlines in the shop right now. But then he brings out a glowing jar, claiming he's got the real deal instead. She doesn't believe him for a second, knowing the big families have a total lock on the giant dragon species. He introduces his own pet, calling it a world-destroying demon dragon that makes giant dragons look like snacks. She's completely floored. A bloodline that high is practically legendary. Lu Yu just grins and tells her she needs to see this one next. She leans in close, expecting some mythical beast to be tucked inside that little jar. Instead, she's just looking at a tiny red carp swimming around in circles. She loses it, asking if he's trying to sell her late-night dinner instead of a pet. She tries to stay polite, but her patience is paper thin as she asks if he grabbed the wrong jar. He keeps his cool, insisting that he's got the right fish for the job. Then he asks if she's familiar with the old legend about fish leaping over the dragon gate. He explains that it doesn't matter what the creature is, if it clears that gate, it becomes a dragon. He's impressed that she knows the legends usually only taught at the beast taming university. She scoffs, pointing out that the dragon gate is just a myth that's been missing for 100,000 years. Lu Yu just smiles and tells her this little carp can build its own dragon gate from scratch. To her, the whole idea sounds absolutely ridiculous. He isn't going to beg for a sale though. If she doesn't want it, he tells her she's free to look elsewhere. She hesitates, but seeing how confident he is, she decides to go for it and takes the jar. A massive contract circle lights up the room as she bonds with the brocade carp. The system window pops up, confirming the carp has the rare Leap the Dragon Gate talent. She can't believe her eyes, it's actually real. Feeling bad for doubting him, she admits she was way too arrogant earlier. She bows down to apologize, but the deep movement leads to an unexpected wardrobe malfunction. Lu Yu's face turns beet red as he quickly looks away, swearing he didn't see a thing. She's mortified, clutching her shirt and asking him for one more favor. She asks if he can run out to her car and grab the spare clothes she keeps there. Lu Yu doesn't need to be told twice and disappears in a blur. He imagines himself ending up on the news as a creep if he had hung around any longer. He's just relieved he got out of there before the police got involved in this mess. He sprints down the street with her bag, not slowing down for a second. Finally back and settled, he takes a breath and wonders if every sale is going to be this intense. Luo Chan bows deeply, thanking the manager for his help. Lu Yu brushes it off, but she's already thinking about how to properly nurture her new crimson carp. She mentions her previous contracts were all different attributes, like metal and wind. Now, she's ready to try something completely new for this little fish. She pulls out a high-grade lightning crystal, decided on giving the carp a spark. She tosses the crystal into the tank, watching it sink toward the waiting fish. As soon as the crystal touches the water, the shop is filled with a blinding surge of energy. A massive, ethereal gate materializes right in the middle of the room. The legendary dragon gate is real. Xiaohei suddenly lets out a deafening roar, clearly reacting to the ancient power in the air. Lu Yu quickly tries to calm his dragon down, telling it to settle as the evolution begins. Luo-chan is panicked, worried that something might be going wrong with the process. He tells her to stay focused. Everything is going exactly as planned. Lightning crackles all around the tank as the energy reaches its peak. The entire shop is swallowed by the glow of the summoned gate. Lu Yu explains that the gate is stable, and now the carp just needs to make its move. With a command, she sends her crimson carp leaping toward the massive structure. The fish shoots out of the water, encased in a bubble of pure energy. It's a long shot, but the little carp is determined to reach the top. Mid-leap, the fish seems to stall, hanging in the air as if the weight of the transformation is too much. Lu Chen's heart sinks. She's terrified it's going to fail at the last second. Lu Yu points out that since she's the master, the carp needs her strength to finish the job. He realizes he underestimated her potential when he sees the intensity of her focus. She shouts words of encouragement, pouring her own power into her pet. The energy resonates, lighting up the entire room as they push through the barrier. With one final surge, the carp breaks through the shimmering surface of the gate. She screams for it to cross over, her voice lost in the roaring power. Against all odds, the little fish clears the threshold. The transformation is instantaneous. The crimson carp has successfully evolved. She can feel her own beast taming talent shifting, evolving alongside her pet. Lu Yu explains that their bond has grown so strong that they've practically become one. Great dragon wings sprout from her back, shimmering with raw power. In place of the carp, a majestic crimson lightning flood dragon now coils through the air. The stats confirm it. Transcendent rank, tier 6. With monarch potential, she's just secured a legendary partner. Luo Chan looks a bit confused. A dragon that isn't a giant dragon species? Lu Yu keeps it professional. He's running an honest business. It's a flood dragon, which is a different category entirely. He explains the different factions. You've got your lizard-looking giants and your snake-shaped floods. And if she can evolve it to the overlord rank, it'll officially count as a true dragon species. The total for the evolution and the site fee comes to 5 million credits. He asks if she's paying with card or cash. She taps her card before he can even finish the sentence. She's in a hurry to leave before he realizes he's basically giving it away. Once she's out the door, Lu Yu calls his own dragon out. Xiaohei comes out roaring. Seeing that evolution earlier really fired him up. The little dragon mentions that the essence from the Dragon Gate gave him some serious insights. A system screen pops up. Xiaohei has reached Starry Sky rank tier 1, and his skills have all hit the red star rank. Lu Yu is pretty happy with that outcome. Night falls over the city, specifically over Luo Chan's massive luxury villa. She's lounging on the sofa, still feeling like the whole day was a dream. Imagine buying a pet and ending up with a dragon. Suddenly, there's a knock at the door. It's way too late for a casual visitor. She opens up and sees Teacher standing there. She's surprised to see him showing up at this hour. The old man smiles, hoping he isn't interrupting her rest. She tells him it's fine and invites him inside. He's just checking in to see how her first day of classes went. She says, "It went great," and mentions discovering 2 freshmen who are absolute geniuses. Teacher is intrigued. If someone like her calls them geniuses, they must be something special. She explains they both have pet beasts with growth-type talents. The old man is genuinely shocked. Growth-type talents are on a whole different level. He notes that those tamers are destined to be the future elite of the country. Then she reveals that she also got a new pet from that same shop. It started as a basic fish, but now has sovereign potential. He can't believe what he's hearing. He rushes over, practically begging her to show it to him immediately. She obliges and summons the Crimson Lightning Flood Dragon. The massive beast fills the room with light and heat. Teacher is stunned. These things were supposed to have left for the Dragon Realm ages ago. He connects the dots. All of these insanely powerful pets came from that one shop. Luo Chan starts speculating. Maybe the manager isn't in it for the money, but for some grand master plan to change the world. The teacher is silent, clearly overwhelmed by the possibility. She asks if he thinks an SSS rank beast tamer will finally appear in their era. He admits that right now, there simply isn't one. If a genius of that level shows up, it's impossible to know if it'll be a blessing or a disaster. Luo Chan looks serious. She's weighing whether to tell him the full extent of the manager's power. She worries that if the teacher treats Lu Yu as a threat, the consequences would be insane. So she suggests a safer approach. Send more talented young tamers to the shop as customers. It's a way to keep things friendly while they secretly probe his intentions. Teacher agrees. It's a solid strategy. Back at the shop, things are a lot less dramatic. Lu Yu sees a new achievement pop up. If he buys the shop and becomes the official owner, there's a mystery reward in it for him. With his bank account looking fat, Lu Yu realizes he finally has enough to buy the shop building. He calls his landlord, Boss Jiang, and offers him 17 million credits to buy the place outright. But the old man is a total shark. He claims the offer is too low and says they need to settle this in person. Lu Yu points out that his price is already way above the market average of 15 million. Boss Jiang just smirks, thinking that if the kid is offering this much, he must be desperate enough to be squeezed for more. He shuts down the phone call, telling Lu Yu to just wait until he gets there. Lu Yu hangs up, feeling the headache already. The man's greed is honestly impressive.